And welcome everyone to this Channel 19. The Sterling's take on Collingswood Panthers. We're going to give it to Rob Strauss for Sterling's senior night.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to senior day here at Sterling High School as we honor the girls basketball players and managers for their dedication to the sport. First up, the manager for the Lady Knights, Diane Bruce. Next up at guard, number 11, Mia Holloway. That's forward number 22, Leilani Franklin. And the last of our four seniors at forward, number 30, Tatiana Johnson. Once again, congratulations to all four seniors, their parents. We thank you for your dedication to the Sterling Lady Knight program. And thank you to Collingswood for allowing us to do this pregame. Thank you.
Mobile television production facilities for this broadcast are made possible by a grant from Walmart. Walmart, with their location on the White Horse Pike in Somerdale.
Channel 19 is Channel 19 presents Sterling Girls Basketball as the Sterling Lady Knights take on the Collingswood Panthers. You see right there, Sterling Lady Knights 2-7, the Panthers 1-6. Lady Knights just won their game against RV, of course. You need to look right here, the final standings. Enfield 9-0.
Yeah, Patton Township is 6-2, 5-2 in conference. West Deptford is 4-6, Sterling 2-7 after picking up a win last night against RV, and Collingswood 1-6.
And you take a look at, also you see again, Colonial Liberty, Sterling's 5th offensively. Points per game is 33. Defensively, they let up about 48 points per game. Tatiana Johnson, one of their top scorers. Senior Bridget Dixon, right close behind her. Mackenzie Donald with 5. And Tori Wilsey with 5. Collingswood also 1-6 at they're 6 just behind Sterling. Offensively, they put up 24 points per game. Defensively, they let up 44 points per game. Hinson also scoring 8 points with Iffy. Gives it with 8. Pope with 4 and Draper with 3.
Collingswood has won, was 2013. And those are stats from 2007.
Sterling has that 15 straight win streak, and I'm sure they don't want that to be broken anytime soon. They want to continue that winning streak.
Obvious 2 teams that really struggled throughout the they struggled starting off the season, but Sterling is they found their rhythm last night against Rancocas Valley. Raina Pelkak really stepped up off the bench, and here are some keys to the game. They got to push the tempo, really work that transition, attack the basket. They want to get most of their looks down low, take high percentage shots in the paint, and play solid defense. That defense is really going to lead to back in the basket.
You said it right there, that solid defense really coordinates with pushing the tempo and attacking the basket. We saw that last night, just a couple hours ago, where Sterling had some solid defense, able to get the steal and score some points. You see right,
Coach O'Neill to the left.
And again, Coach O'Donnell just getting her 2nd win coming back, of course. They're playing against RV, which, like I said, we were talking about that game a lot, and we didn't think Sterling had a chance against a very tough 9-2 team of RV, and they proved us wrong, and they
now
ended up
RV's
winning.
9-3, yeah.
Yeah, 9-3, and we welcome to the booth Rob Strauss, who will be announcing this game.
Senior day is, at least the pregame festivities are now complete. Now it's just a matter of getting the game going here. Glad you joined us here on this afternoon, on this Saturday. Back-to-back games. Take a look at head coach for Collingswood, both teams now, actually. And we are underway. Collingswood to control first time out. And I think we have a little ceremony here. Collingswood here is going to let Maggie Dorney score. So Maggie Dorney gets the game's first bucket. And now take a look at Nia Holloway taking her first start of the season. And here comes Nia Holloway for 2. Nia Holloway gets the game's first bucket for the Lady Knights, and they're going to sub her out and hit one more time. Nia Holloway going to get her first 2 points of the season. And she is injured this year.
Yeah, really battling, as you see the knee brace right there, really battling through a knee injury. Really special, probably special for her, getting a basket on her senior night.
Nia Holloway just scored career point number 472. So came into this game with 470 points. And they take a look at last year's stats, obviously a big piece, and unfortunately wasn't able to participate this year due to the injury. But what an impact player she was last year. We got a chance to see her a lot last year, John, and the presence that she brought on the floor.
She's very great presence, and for a senior, unable to play, but we saw her junior year. We really thought she really could help this team out a lot. Sadly, she was unable to do that with the injury, but she really helped out in the locker.
And sat out the soccer season as well, so a real tough 2020-2021 campaign for Nia Holloway, but gets the recognition pregame and also in the starting lineup and also during the game, so that's got to be a big thrill for her, and I know that the girls on the team really look to her for that leadership aspect. Collingswood turns it over here, still tied at 2. A little setup play, pregame to get Nia Holloway her 2 points. Nice steal by Dixon. Dixon in some trouble, and she will back it out, pop it, and leave that one short. Franklin with the rebound. Dixon now looking for Leilani Franklin. Down low, no good. Excuse me, it's Kayla Franklin.
That was Tatiana Johnson for her first senior day points.
Todd Johnson comes to this game, 431 points for her career.
And she's done a really good job in the past few games, just stepping up, being a consistent scorer. And I talked to her last night. She said, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to win, whether that means I have to be the leading scorer or sit into a more of a playmaking role where I have to make passes. So we're going to take a look here. Johnson grabs the rebound, pump fakes, puts it back up.
Get Kayla Franklin on the foul. Junior picks up her first, team's first, obviously. Ellen Pope goes to the line, the senior for Collingswood. Puts it up and in, gives Collingswood, get within 1.
See if she can make her second one.
One or two from the line. Todd Johnson with the rebound. Sterling did a great job last night out-rebounding RV by double digits. And we saw a lot of that on the offensive glass last night. Good look down low. Todd Johnson creates some space. Can't convert off the window. 2 Lady Knights there battling for it. Count the basket and the foul for Kayla Franklin.
And you mentioned the rebounds, and you see right here how important that is. As you see here, Franklin able to get that rebound and make it into some points and a free throw.
Ellen Pope picks up her first foul.
And not only were the rebounds important, that really led to success for Sterling, but the shot selection was great.
It's another offensive rebound by Todd Johnson. Turns into a quick 2 points for Leilani Franklin. Came into this game with 64 career points for Sterling, so they'll make that 66. Get your erasers out. Franklin goes to the floor, somehow comes up with the loose ball. Goes ahead for Wilsey. Wilsey, good look, trying to find Dixon, just a little too strong, and it will be Lady Panther basketball.
You look there, grabs the rebound. Nice job of being unselfish, bounce passing it out to Franklin, and she does the rest.
But you also mentioned with those stats later that night that Sterling also turned over the ball a lot. And in very big teams and against very important games, that can really bite you in the butt.
26 turnovers for Sterling last night, and somehow they come out with an 11-point win. And a timeout on the floor right now. Sterling out to a early 8-3 lead. Glad you joined us here on Channel 19. Rob Strauss, John Hallwood, Jacob Clark. Back-to-back games for the Lady Knights as they head into the home stretch. Only 2 or 3 games left for both the boys and the girls team. And if any senior wants to get a copy of this, John's going to tell you how to get a hold of it.
Order a DVD of your favorite event. It's only $20 per event, $3 for mailing, and please include the name of the event. Also, you can see right there to contact us at the bottom.
Important to note that, it's one of these things with it's awesome that the fans are here, but I think it's more important, especially with the uncertainty coming into this year. We didn't know if the parents were even going to be able to be here for senior day. And it's nice that things have lifted a little bit and the parents able to be here to be a part of the pregame ceremony. As Wilsey's going to get charged with the foul.
And especially with everything that's going on this year, I think it's, it means a lot more to the seniors that, their parents are here in attendance and they're not watching us, They're watching it here live.
It's nice that they're watching us for sure. But it's better to be in person. I know having a
How a crowd affects
an athlete.
everything.
Yeah, and I mean having an athlete not be able to, as a kid, and not being able to celebrate that. They're all their 4 years of hard work and dedication, and that'd be tough to stomach. But nonetheless, we got it in as Dixon travels. Some more indoor sports scheduled to start. Wrestling on the way. Boys and girls volleyball still on the slate to start. Again, this whole season this whole school year, academic year, has been, you never know what's going to happen. It was a fluid situation, changed almost daily, the landscape of high school athletics. And every athletic director in the state of New Jersey and beyond has had their work cut out for them this year for sure.
Well, if we go back to the start of the school year, we didn't even think that there was going to be a football season or even a soccer season to start out with.
Any season for that matter.
Yeah.
It would have been tough. Dixon, rainbow arcing shot. Rebound tracked down by Hackle Gerstein. Collingswood trailing by 4, but halfway through this first quarter. Hanson, the sophomore, dribbles it off of her foot right into the hands of Maddie Ifey. Ifey, only a freshman.
Totally planned.
Just the way you drew it up. Dixon looking ahead, had Wilsey, but the defense of Collingswood quick to get back.
And we saw in the keys to the game, that would have been a nice opportunity to get out and run, in transition. As Tatiana Johnson can't corral her miss.
Good rebound there by Ellen Pope, easily the tallest player on the court right now. And if anything, Collingswood has the size advantage for sure over Sterling. Unique camera look here. There's a new one for today. I like it.
The ground view, yeah.
Like 20 different camera angles on any given night here at Sterling. And kudos to the tech crew headed up by Mr. Tad Kozaneski, always doing a great job.
Yeah, Mr. K likes to switch up the camera angles every
And why
night.
not?
I mean, I feel like we got a new camera angle almost every game.
Pretty soon we're gonna have the officials wearing like body cams.
Yeah,
like,
GoPros.
Another new look here. We have like a little roost by the American flag, and that's where we have a camera set up there as well. So a wide angle look, if you will. Long three, a little too long there. The offensive rebound to Draper. Sterling holding on to an 8-4 lead. Not as much energy in this game, even in the building, as we saw last night in RV. And that's one of the things that you worry about. That's a 5-second call. Good defense by Sterling to force the turnover. But you worry about that letdown game, especially in a back-to-back situation. Just a little over 12 hours in between games for these Lady Knights.
Like you said, it's not even been a full day and they're already playing another game. And again, you mentioned the fans, not a lot of crowd energy, of course, but
Not a lot of energy from the bench. That's where, before fans were allowed back in and parents and, any spectators, when we only had cutouts in here, the bench was a really good way to get energy. Bench has sort of been lacking that energy that we saw last night.
The boys team was on the road this morning at Eastern. They win today. So a big week ahead for the boys team as they can capture their first Colonial Conference title in nearly 2 decades.
wow. And it's not going to be an easy one on who they have to face. It's going to be Haddonfield.
Haddonfield Thursday, we'll have that obviously for you right here on Channel 19 as Wilsey picks up her second foul. That sends Ifey to the line. The freshman knocks it down. 3 of 5 from the line in this quarter for Collingswood, and they cut the deficit to a 1-possession game with just under 90 seconds remaining.
Collingswood, they've done a nice job of just focusing in at the foul line. I believe now 4 of 6 after that make. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rob, but They've done a nice job of just getting most of their points exclusively from the free throw line and taking advantage of Sterling's foul trouble.
Check that, Ify is a junior, so my mistake on that one. Collingswood can tie or take the lead here. Jumper left short, rebound Sterling. Nice job there by Kayla Franklin to rip down that defensive rebound as we approach the 1 minute mark.
And I think that the difference that we've seen in this game is that Sterling got out and they forced turnovers with aggressive defense, got out to run on the fast break, got easy fast break points. And that's sort of what energized the bench and the fans for the rest of the game. I feel as though now they're sort of in the half court, not much going on. They haven't really gotten that momentum swing yet.
Johnson traveled for easy call. She took the Euro step. You might get away with that in the NBA, but not going to get away with it in college and high school. One too many there for Todd Johnson. Todd Johnson, 409 career rebounds as well.
Wow.
And of course, Sterling giving up a lot of those, graduating a lot of those rebounds last year in LaTanya Berry. But just to show that she got some rebounds as well, even in the shadow of LaTanya Berry. So some pretty impressive career numbers, 400 and 400 for Todd Johnson.
And not to mention Sire, too.
Yep, good point. 20 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. Sterling leading 8-6. 4 different scores for Sterling. Franklin, count the basket and the foul. Kayla Franklin, her second bucket. She'll get an opportunity for the three-point play. 10 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Nice pass by Dixon. Nice job by Franklin finishing through the double team. Not something that's easy to do, and one opportunity on the way.
Franklin doing a good job quite early in this first quarter, or first half.
Yeah, she's done a nice job down low. That's where she does most of her damage. Really a good job on the low block, not only finishing but rebounding as well.
5 seconds remaining. Collingswood trailing by 5. I don't think they see the clock. They don't get a shot off. And that's advantage Sterling right there. They will definitely take that, and they're going to also take a 5-point lead into the second quarter. We'll get off to a quick break, come back, second quarter action. Sterling leading 11-6 after 1.
Dude, are you kidding? Pictures. Sean, what are you doing? Go to Redmond's office.
And welcome back, everyone, for some second quarter action. Just a little bit before, Sterling leading this, of course, 11-6 over Collingswood. We welcome again back Strauss.
Quick trip to the scorers table. Confirm some stats, always important.
You see some fans.
Freshman basketball team there. Some of the boys team in attendance to our right. And second quarter action underway here from Sterling. Sterling with a 5-point lead. Mackenzie McDonald into the game for the first time, as well as Raina Pelkak, who had 8 points last night off the bench, and 2 real quick off the bench again. And Coach talked about her last night in the postgame about how valuable she is to this team.
Yeah, and she really stepped up. She's one of the leaders in the locker room, and you know, she's not really a role player in the sort of sense, but she comes off the bench and just does her job consistently and practices hard. So we're going to take a look at this possession there. Pass bounces off the hands.
Pelkak had a phenomenal night last night.
Yeah, she did, and I think she was one of the main reasons that, you know, Sterling was able to pull it out against RV.
Baseline jumper from Mackenzie McDonald is good. Her first bucket of the game.
And let's not also forget Jasmine Johnson, a great energy on defense, and she made RV really have a tough time trying to score.
And one of the things that I think Sterling did really well was break the press last night. That full court press that RV came out with, Sterling, which would frustrate most teams. For whatever reason last night, Sterling was unfazed by it, and it really, it turned into some pretty good quality buckets, as we see a bucket there by Maddie Ivey, her first field goal.
Yeah, against the press, Sterling just sort of had a plan. They were going to, get the ball. They sort of ran the same play over and over again, and it just worked to perfection.
Like you said, they didn't seem phased, and they just felt totally at ease that they were doing it. And that's
the last couple baskets here.
Take a look, getting the ball over to McDonald. McDonald, defender, sort of closing out, doesn't really phase her, and swinging the ball over, getting it to Pelkak. Again, defenders sort of in the face on both those shots, but just not enough to phase the Sterling shooters.
Drive here by Ivey, and a whistle before it. They're going to get a foul on Sterling. That'll be the team's fourth. They're going to get Jasmine Johnson with her first personal.
And that's something that got to calm down on, is making too many fouls that can really hurt a team. And you're seeing right here that Collingswood are able to make those free throws, and it's slowly does chip away into Sterling's lead.
They've got most of their points exclusively from the foul line. Don't want to continue to get them at the line. 14 fouls already. Maybe be a little careful.
Good look down low for Pelkak from Johnson. Pelkak has her second bucket.
Great play all around. Nice feed by Jasmine Johnson. Put the pass right on the money, and good job by Pelkak getting the finish in close.
Ivey with the drive. Nice dish. Can't convert is Rudio. And Hinson is going to be fouled.
We're going to take a look here. Jasmine Johnson up at the top. Nice pass. Put it right on the money, and Pelkak does the rest for her.
You get Todd Johnson with the foul. 15 foul already for Sterling. First for Johnson. Two shots on the way for Taylor Hinson, the sophomore. Very young Collingswood team. I don't think they have a senior on the roster as I look through it. They do not.
No, they do. They have
Ellen
one.
Pope. Ellen Pope, excuse me. My apologies. Ellen Pope, the only senior on the roster.
Well, and, with a young team, we talk about it with our girls team all the time. We have two freshmen in the starting lineup, a younger team. You're going to go through growing pains. You got to figure out and develop those younger players. Not many, not really senior heavy. Obviously, we have 3 seniors. Collingswood has 1. As here's Collingswood's only senior, Ellen Pope, to the line.
Todd Johnson picks up her second. As Pope can't convert. 2 of 5 from the line is Ellen Pope. Again, the Lady Panthers' only senior on the roster.
Can you really see just sophomores, and it really is just sophomores on this team.
So a young Collingswood team. Very similar to the Sterling team, as you guys had mentioned. Johnson on the drive, dishes to the wrong person into the hands of Lexi Randazzo. Just checked into the game. Sophomore guard looking, pass it off to Ivey. Rudio to the floor, tracks it down, and we're going to say it's Sterling basketball. Johnson goes to the floor hard.
And that's the aggressive defense that we're talking about right here. Watch Jasmine Johnson collapse, go for the loose ball. She gives 110% effort on every play.
Well, if you remember when she tried to save the backcourt violation last game, she was all over the court.
Yeah, and not only is she a defensive presence, but offensively she does a nice job passing the ball, finishing inside. Really good two-way player.
They're going to say a deflection here. It should be white basketball, and that's what the official said. So it will stay here. 4:55 remaining. Sterling with a 9-point lead. Pelkak to inbound. McDonald wide open down low. Easy bucket It's about as easy as they get from Mackenzie McDonald. She has 4.
Well, and just watching her, she sort of slowly crept up towards the basket, got around the defender, and Pelkak, McDonald was right in front of her face. Pelkak really couldn't miss her.
Randazzo loses the handle. To the floor is Jacinia Johnson, who's into the game for Sterling. And the turnover come the other way. McDonald running the floor, too strong for Pelkak.
We're going to take a look here. Just watch Mackenzie McDonald sort of slowly come over, and she cuts in front of the defender right there.
Collingswood defense just lost sight of the biggest girl on the court for Sterling.
Plus, Mackenzie McDonald had that height advantage against.
Randazzo almost loses the handle again as we're halfway through this second quarter. Sterling out to a double-digit lead at 11. Ify, junior on the drive, dish. Baseline jumper is left short, rebound to Pelkak.
And that shot right there by Rudio sort of felt forced. You know, it didn't look like a great look. We didn't see Collingswood get great looks in the JV game. They haven't gotten great looks, almost all their points coming from the free throw line. I think if you're Collingswood, you got to get good looks in the half court, maybe look to push the ball.
Pelkak forced that pass a little bit. She knows it. She knew as soon as she let it go that she put a little bit too much on that one. And we mentioned the 26 turnovers last night in a win.
That's something that you don't see often.
No, and I think I told Coach Jones that last night on the way out. I'm like, Coach, you got away with 26 turnovers and a win. He's like, we'll take it. Because, again, like you said, Jake, it's not going to happen a lot.
Yeah, it doesn't happen a lot. You know, good teams really don't turn over the ball that much. You know, turning over the ball, RV also turned over the ball a lot. There were 17 combined turnovers, I believe, at halftime.
First patient set we've seen here for Collingswood in quite some time. Here comes Ify on the drive. Double team comes in to help. Jasmine Johnson with the rebound.
Another forced shot there, and here's a 2-on-1 fast break.
McDonald leaves it short. Jacinia Johnson there to clean it up for 2, her first bucket. And Sterling is on a 10-2 run here in this second quarter.
Nice job by Johnson there, really getting in a good position, following up the shot and putting it back up.
Just about 2.5 remaining here in this first half. Sterling out to their largest lead of the night, or the afternoon rather, 13. And looking for more in the midst of a 10-2 run. Ify looking to drive, and she is fouled. As looked like bowling pins. Everybody went down there.
We take a look here. Defender commits early on the 2-on-1. McDonald just leaves it short. But look at Johnson right there.
Johnson a little slow to get up, a little limp.
And it looks like they are going to get, obviously Sterling committing the foul. It's their 7th team foul. And they're going to get Jasmine Johnson with her second. So 3 Sterling players with 2 fouls. Wilsey, Todd Johnson, and the aforementioned Jasmine Johnson. As
Cindy Johnson's gonna get looked at.
Yeah, she sort of limped over. She's going over to athletic trainer Sean Klank. Pelkak just had that shot blocked. And Collingswood, we saw this in the JV game. They really like to slow it down and try and work their half court, but Sterling's half court defense is really good. That should be a fun battle to watch.
2 minutes remaining in the half. Ify got open, but Jasmine Johnson with the block. Her closing speed on that was incredible.
Yeah, she really accelerated up the court, really catching up, and that's one of the plays that we're talking about. Jasmine Johnson just makes a ton of energy plays on defense.
Pelkak for a pull-up jumper is good. Sterling increasing their lead, and again, Raina Pelkak off the bench, incredible.
Again, Pelkak continuing that streak from last night and just adding points, more and more points to Sterling's total. And again, Jasmine Johnson back on the ground.
They're going to get an offensive.
Look at the block there by Jasmine Johnson. Really accelerated on the way up and got all ball there, and that led to the Pelkak basket on the other end.
They get Lexi Randazzo on the foul. Her first, team's third. Sterling out to a 23-8 lead. It's been all Sterling here in this second quarter. Leilani, or it's Kayla Franklin. She's fouled. We have so many sisters on this team.
And look at the pass there from Jasmine Johnson, and even though this one doesn't go down for Franklin, still leads to her getting fouled.
Allie Rudio, the freshman, picks up her first foul, as Kayla Franklin will go to the line for the second time this evening.
This is her first, but let's see if she can get her second.
One and two again. Same result as last time. Or in the first quarter, rather. She was 1 of 2 from the line as we approach the 1 minute mark. Hinson for 2 ends the Sterling run.
That was a bit of a miscommunication there by Sterling defensively. They sort of closed out late, and that was only because of Coach McDonald really pointed it out to the Sterling defenders.
Franklin has it blocked. Jasmine Johnson with the rebound, almost converts. Hinson being pestered by Jasmine Johnson.
And she's just such an aggressive player, really up in your face, plays really good defense. And she really makes her presence known, as we're going to you see this round camera angle.
She may not be seen on a score sheet, but on a defensive sheet, she's all over that.
Yeah, it's something. Yeah, not really the biggest point scorer, but defensively, just the effort that she brings and the spark that she brings on the team, that doesn't show up in the stat sheet. Sterling now has the ball with 12.9 seconds to go. Probably want to hold it for a last shot here, unless you get a good look.
Pelkak looking for Jasmine Johnson. Franklin down low, count the basket and the foul for Kayla Franklin.
She's done a really good job of getting these and one opportunities. Watch the swing pass here. Franklin gets a screen, frees up Johnson to swing the pass over. Johnson finds Franklin in single coverage. Defender backs off of her a little bit. That allows her to get the basket to go, and she's got the and one opportunity.
And it's been the underclassmen like Jasmine Johnson, Kayla Franklin, Pelkak that's been doing really the work here in this game.
Shot to buzzer is going to be well short. Sterling only allows 4 points in that second quarter to extend their lead. They lead it by 17 going into the locker room. And we will get off to a quick break, come back with second half action live from Sterling High School. Sterling leading 27-10. We're back right after this.
Oh my God, what a loser. He's so annoying.
Looking at the story, you'll know by the story the first few lines. We're talking about that paragraph again in the story.
You know what? I'm done. That's it, teach. I quit. I'm done. You know what? I'm gonna stay in school.
Okay, kiddies, let's film a commercial.
With the COVID pandemic still going on, limiting the attendance of the people in the bleachers we sit in, we need a way to help bring the sports to them. This is where we come in. Tech Crew is as important as ever, and these are the people taking on this important job. We do important stuff for live coverages, home and away, recordings for your family, and college scouting. Important stuff, isn't it? But we need people to help with this important stuff. Who might that person be? Why, to make it simple, you! If you're interested, find Mr. K in room 201 to join the Tech Crew today.
Sterling leading 27-10 here on Senior Day over Collingswood. As we head to the second half, we take a look at the game's leading scorers for both squads. Kayla Franklin, 9 points overall, doing a great job from the junior. Raina Pelkak off the bench. We're going to feature her in just a moment. Mackenzie McDonald with 4. Nia Holloway scored the game's first bucket for Sterling, and you know, it's a tough season. We talked about her knee injury and everything, but you look over at Collingswood as well. Maddie Eifeld leading the way with 4, and then 3 players in a row with 2, but it's really been Raina Pelkak in back-to-back nights with the energy.
Yeah, you're going to take a look here. The defender not really phasing her on that shot. Nice pass from Jasmine Johnson, and she does the rest, finishing at the rim. Takes this one up, pull-up jumper from about the free throw line, right on the elbow. She's just done a good job of, coming off the bench, sort of being like almost like a 6th man for this team. Really doing a good job, just coming off the bench, knowing her role, doing her job, and consistently, whether it be in practice or whatnot, just consistently being a leader for this team.
Take a look at Raina Pelkak, and then behind her, Nia Holloway, who scored the first bucket for Sterling, and out obviously with the kind of rough, unlucky academic year and athletic year for Nia Holloway, but I'm sure she's talking about bringing energy. You talk about bench energy and energy on the court. Sometimes energy off the court is just as important.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Being a leader in the locker room is definitely important, and her being a senior, having 3 years of experience, the freshmen to the sophomores, look up to her, and all the leaders, all the seniors in that locker room.
Franklin picks up her first. Sterling
doesn't like the call.
Shooting 52% in that first half. Hinson leaves the first one short. Collingswood having a real rough time at the free throw line. 4 of 12.
Ooh. They started out strong early at the free throw line, making 4 of 6, but haven't really had success since then.
Sterling in control. They snapped that 6-game losing streak last night. A really impressive win over Rancocas Valley last night.
Yeah, RV's a really
tough game.
Yeah, RV's a really good team. The full court press sort of backfired for them, and Raina Pelkak stepping up off the bench, I think, is that the rebounding and the shot selection were all reasons why I think Sterling came out with an 11-point victory.
Talk about a signature win or a big win, big wins and big losses any season, whether you're talking about basketball, football, soccer, whatever. That was by far the biggest win of the season for Sterling.
Absolutely, yeah. RV was 9-2 coming into the game, and all their stats were just so much better than Sterling's, but statistics don't show everything, and that's why you play the game. Is Sterling really upset RV in that game, and now on the Collingswood, they're looking to start a bit of a winning streak here. And I believe it was Sean Clank I was talking with last night said, to get a winning streak, you got to win the first one. And they won the first one last night in a big fashion against RV.
And they're on their way to their second one right now. Todd Johnson, a little too strong. Good rebound by Ellen Pope, the only senior on this Collingswood roster.
And again, we mentioned turnovers in that last game. And again, Sterling covering up with 9 and Collingswood with 10 from that first half. That means in total just 19 turnovers in total, which is just shocking.
Yeah, both teams at around, pretty high numbers for the first half, and obviously turnovers are just going to go up as the game goes on, but I think minimizing the turnovers is going to be a positive for both teams, obviously.
Dixon skies in for a rebound. And now they're going to back it out. Dixon looking for options. Finds Franklin. Todd Johnson has it stripped away from her by Ellen Pope.
You see here Collingswood just really, this time they try and work it up the floor.
Hinson with the basket and the foul. So hooping the harm for Taylor Hinson. She'll go to the line. Sterling picks up their second team foul, and they get Kayla Franklin with her second. Hinson converts the old-fashioned three-point play and brings the Lady Panthers within 13. Sterling still looking for their first basket of this second half.
We talked about Sterling, getting out and running. They haven't really run that much, sort of sticking within the half court. As there's Kayla Franklin getting the basket down low.
Franklin, 9 points in that first half. Just got that bucket right there to lead all scorers with 11. Having herself an afternoon here.
Yeah, she's done a really good job stepping up. 11 points, down on the low block, getting, fouled and going to the line, converting on some free throws. She's really done a nice job for Sterling.
Hinson with the drive, unlucky. Pope gets the putback and the foul.
Going to take a look here at the basket from Franklin. Calling for the ball down low. And she really, just finishes strong at the rim.
Todd Johnson picks up her third foul, and there is a timeout on the floor. 4:46 remaining. Sterling leading 29-16.
And you mentioned Kayla Franklin. She only averages 2.2 points per game, which is really outstanding.
Next game coming up in just about 48 hours time. As we go down the stretch here, girls on home court yet again. As the Hawks will come to town, you guys will have the JV call at 4 o'clock, 5:30 varsity start. Can't make it, you can always check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/Sterling TV19. There's our producer, TV19. You can see him right down there with the Phillies hat on. There he is. The man, the myth, the legend himself.
Yeah,
Mr. K. Mr. K.
We got... It's my neighbor Max right here. Shout out to Max.
He's shouting out too. You can't hear him?
Really excited that Sterling holds a 29-16 lead against Collingswood, I'm guessing.
He has the same expression whether we're winning or losing. It's amazing.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, you know. He's really a true fan.
Always supportive.
Well, you never knew that Tom Brady was a Sterling fan too.
Yeah, he's in attendance.
(29-16). Dixon, Franklin, Wilsey, Franklin, and Johnson on the floor.
And the approach of both teams is we're going to try and beat you in the half court. No team really getting out to run. Last night, Sterling, that's how they established momentum early in the first quarter. They got out and went on a 9-0 run against RV. Now they're sort of slowing up the pace, going to Collingswood's pace, and, you know, playing Collingswood's style of basketball right along with them. And right now they're doing it better.
Collingswood an offensive board here on the miss halfway through the third quarter. One bucket for Sterling here in this third quarter comes from Kayla Franklin, who has 11 points overall, and Hinson walks. Another turnover. 17 combined turnovers in that first half for both of these teams. And again, you're not going to play mistake-free basketball, but that's the area that coaches look at a lot, especially if you lose a game. You look at the turnovers and you look at rebounds, and I think that's the two areas that you can look at least on paper and say, hey, this is where we won or lost the game.
That and, you know, something that you can look at off paper is, you know, shot percentage, right? Or not shot percentage, but the quality of the shots that you're getting. RV really lost that game last night because Sterling got better quality shots. At halftime, Sterling was shooting 40% from the field because they got better looks. RV was at 19% because they got poor looks and 4 shots, and Sterling was really playing good defense.
And not to mention what really helped out Sterling was having RV play that aggressive defense to have sometimes those nice easy shots for them to make.
Yeah, the full court press sort of backfired on RV. They were so focused on trying to get steals and force Sterling into mistakes that once Sterling didn't make a mistake, they had almost a 3-on-1 fast break every time.
Long three. Pope tracks down the rebound, kicks it back out to Hinson, but Todd Johnson picks it off. Here comes Dixon, has Wilsey ahead of her. Wilsey has to put up a Hail Mary there. As the momentum, forward momentum took her right underneath the basket as the Johnson sisters are going to check into the game. So here's a situation where you have an all Johnson, all Franklin players on the floor.
Wow. That's a full of sisters.
That is it is technically a full house.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got 3 of one and 2 of the other.
Yep.
Yeah.
Guess that does make it a full house.
It does.
It would.
So a very unique scenario on the floor right now.
Yeah, this is not something you see every day.
No, you don't. I almost want to. I'm just wondering, like, when was that, like, the last time that has happened in Sterling history?
Well, Collingswood a number of years ago, and I believe it might be this coach, has triplets on the floor. It was a couple years ago, and she coached her 3 daughters as Hinson hits a bucket. But that had to be, and I know we talked about that when the Lady Knights would travel. We would cover the games at Collingswood. It was kind of interesting to see that as the first triple of the game for Jacinia Johnson.
That's a nice job by her getting space, and she has enough space to shoot the 3. Trust her jump shot enough.
So one of the 3 Johnson sisters is converted from downtown, and Ify, little running one-hander, no good. Rebound by Todd Johnson, hands it over to her sister. 2 sets of sisters on the court at the same time. Pretty unique scenario here for Sterling. Good save, but Pope gets a paw on it and bats it away, and Collingswood will take over with 90 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Sterling out to a comfortable 14-point edge.
And I think that the reason that they're up by so much is, again, the aggressive defense. And not only that, but their aggressive defense is forcing Collingswood to take and force up shots, whereas Sterling has gotten better looks.
Ify with a left-handed floater, does not drop. Todd Johnson with the rebound.
Smart by Todd Johnson, slowing it down, slowing up the pace, now sort of trying to speed it up.
Johnson again for three, different result. And it will be Collingswood basketball. Under a minute to play in this third quarter.
We see here cross-court pass. One sister to the other.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
If you're a math person, then this would be Johnson cubed and Franklin squared. Equals X over pi.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Something.
Again, math did not serve me well, as Mackenzie McDonald is going to screw up all of our math and come into the game. And now you have Johnson squared, Franklin squared, plus 12. Figure it out at home if you're scoring. .20 seconds to go. Franklin tries to bank one home, gets her own rebound, and she's in some trouble. Dishes out to Johnson. Johnson, contested jumper, no good. Franklin has a pinball off a couple players. It'll be Collingswood basketball with 12 seconds remaining.
Nice job by Kayla Franklin, following her shot, getting her own rebound. That's something that is taught to basketball players at a young age. And however, most still don't do it. Most don't follow their own shot. As there's Jasmine Johnson.
Jasmine Johnson all by herself. Lays it up and in. Her first basket of the game comes at the end of the third quarter. And Sterling going to take a 16-point lead into the final frame. And Sterling in control. One more look at it, all by herself. Sister trailing to clean up any potential mess, but none to be had. We'll get off to a quick break. Come back, fourth quarter action right after this. Welcome back to Sterling High School. Rob Strauss, John Hollywood, Jacob Clark on the telestrator, doing a good job. We got an opportunity to do some math earlier. Did you figure it out? The Johnson squared plus Franklin squared plus 12. Did you get the answer to that or no?
Well, that's really a tough equation. Not really
sure.
sure.
Solve for X, Jake. Solve for X.
It's not rocket science.
So if you go Johnson squared,
J
squared, that's cubed,
plus,
but whatever. This is why we can't figure it out.
Yeah,
we'll give you a chance to kind of try now. We got a little break in the action. So we go Johnson squared plus, that's cubed again.
Well,
all right, Johnson squared plus Franklin squared plus 12 equals what? Yeah, a GK small s. GK small s. There you go. That's what it equals. We figured it out.
There we go. We finally figured it out. We're smart.
30-second. 30 second. 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 30
Picks up her foul, and that's going to be Mackenzie McDonald to the line. Hits her first free throw.
Yeah, we saw my math. We saw my math is not great on the weekends.
Listen,
no one's math is great on the weekend.
My math isn't good, period. Like, even during the day, on the weekday. Mackenzie McDonald.
That's something you like to see. Mackenzie McDonald really gets to the line a lot. She's great at drawing fouls down low if she can't get the basket to go. This season really been around the 50% at the free throw line. She can make more of those.
See right there, Jasmine Johnson, just a great standing of speed just to intercept that.
She'd be a great defensive back.
She looked like
a defensive. Deion Sanders of Sterling basketball.
She looked like a defensive back right there.
She just saw that coming and was like, "No, I'll take that."
Wilsey for three. Too strong. Follows her own shot. Going to force a jump ball. And it will be Collingswood basketball on the possession arrow.
It looked like Wilsey had that one for a minute, and then you see it just
rimmed out.
Yeah.
One of the things that's unique about this gym are the windows in our right. And on an afternoon game, if it's a sunny day and the sun's trying to peek out, the sun can actually go through the windows, make it very, very tough for the free throw shooters on our right. So to be in Sterling's basket, it was a disgusting morning, but it has cleared out, and the sun trying to make its way out. So keep an eye on the court for that. Hinson, long range two is good.
And she sort of come to life during this second half. We only 2 points headed into the break. Coming out, done a lot more scoring. We saw her convert an and one in the third quarter.
10 points overall for Taylor Hinson, only a sophomore. And that's a traveling violation on Raina Pelkak.
She's going to take a look here. Nice pass over to Hinson. No real. McDonald sort of late to close out on that shot.
2 minutes have elapsed here in this fourth quarter. Sterling out to a 16-point lead. Ify off the backboard, no good. Hinson gets the rebound, her own rebound. And two players go to the floor, Mackenzie McDonald and Ellen Pope. And Sterling in transition. Good look to find Wilsey from Jacinia Johnson.
What a crowd.
Yeah, what a pass by Jacinia Johnson. The crowd, you know, it'd be a crime if the crowd didn't get up for that pass. That was put right on the money.
18-point lead for Sterling as Ify converts her first bucket since the second quarter. Sterling right now trading baskets with Collingswood. Sterling actually lost that quarter, the third quarter rather.
We're going to take a look at this. Nice pass from Jasmine Johnson, and then Jacinia Johnson puts it right on the money for Tori Wilsey. That's not an easy pass to make going full speed.
Did she just go between the legs?
I don't know.
Let's slow it down here. Did she go?
No, she went between the players.
I thought for a moment that she went between the legs of Maddie Ify.
Yeah, from that first angle, it looked like it.
Another breakaway for the Johnson sisters again. Jacinia all the way, lays it up and in. Back-to-back buckets for Jacinia Johnson.
It's been all, right now, this fourth quarter, it's been all the Johnson sisters.
Hinson for three, leaves it short. Wilsey with the rebound. Wilsey had Pelkak up ahead and thought better of it.
And now Sterling's starting to push the pace a little more. That was one of the keys to the game.
Feeling it. Pelkak tracks down the rebound. She had some contact from Hinson and was looking for the call, didn't get it. Now she's going to fire a three, leave that one well short. I think that was a frustration shot there, I think. And a timeout on the floor by Collingswood. One more look at the breakaway here.
Yeah, nice steal.
All the way.
Easy breakaway.
Had a nice two players for Sterling there to support as well.
Yeah, no defenders really in sight for Jacinia Johnson right there. Just focused in on the rim.
There's the boys basketball team. There they are, getting, just came off the bus from, I'm sure, the Eastern game. And
my grandma and grandpa. I know a lot of these cutouts.
How many of these did you buy?
I don't know. My family, you know, they got a lot of cutouts. Yeah.
I feel like I know them.
It's a whole family reunion.
We got some Mr. or Mrs. Wilsey taking this one in. Of course, Rob Wilsey, quarterback of the Sterling Knights football team a number of years ago. Some JV Collingswood players taking this one in as well. So here's one of the boys basketball manager. Some more of our cardboard cutout fans. What a unique thing. We're starting to see this a lot through, all the sports. Getting the cardboard cutouts in the stands just makes it seem a little less vacant.
Yeah, it just makes it seem normal, especially when there weren't real fans in here. But now the mix of real fans and the cutouts makes the stand seem, just a bit more filled.
And it's hard to pick out the real fans and the cardboard fans when you mix them together. It's kind of bizarre.
Sometimes, yeah.
Of course, Pennsylvania just came out yesterday and said that they are going to start allowing fans at a limited capacity in the indoor venues. So that's good news for the Flyers and Sixers, and of course the Phillies coming up in about a month.
The Penguins.
And the Penguins. Of course, John would mention that. I'm sure our young man doing graphics, Connor, would like to hear that as well. Hinson gets one in. Don't let that be known that you're a Penguins fan. As Wilsey buries a three. That's her first bucket of the game. Second three overall for Sterling.
Yeah, Penguins fans are frowned upon in this area.
Mr. K, not a big fan of the Flyers, but I know a Toronto fan.
I think I know one too.
Johnson gets the basket and the contact, no call. Jasmine Johnson looked back at the defender and she got a little bit of a push. I think she was looking for the call, didn't get it.
That was a good job of just, fighting through the contact and still finishing at the rim. When you're that close at the basket, you can't really slow it down and wait for your teammates.
Boys basketball team making their way across our broadcast table right now. Javon Johnson throwing up the W signal, saying, hey, we got the dub. Hinson off the window and in. Impressive second half for Taylor Hinson, who has 12 points in this second half, 14 overall.
Yeah, really quiet first half. Sort of came to life during the second half, and maybe just playing along with the game. Sort of the first half was a feeling out process. We're gonna take a look here at the Wilsey three.
Timeout on the floor by Sterling. 2:38 remaining in this one, and Sterling gonna get their nuts there. Back-to-back victories.
You saw the push right there.
Of course, boys still need one more win. They have to beat, of course, Haddonfield to get the conference win.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting game, an interesting week, to say the very, very least, as Sterling going to make a host of substitutions. Maddie Klein into the game, Kat Morrow into the game, Brianna Red into the game.
There's my grandpa. He's always got his crown on.
Is he the king?
Trying to make himself the king of the castle, yeah.
I feel like I should do some British accent or something.
Hello. No, I'm not gonna do the whole rest of it. 2 minutes and 30 seconds in a British accent. I'm not gonna do that.
That would be entertaining, though.
Red for three. She's fouled and she'll go to the line to shoot three.
Everyone really excited for her to get her first, could be her first varsity points.
Brianna Red, a sophomore, also a class officer for the class of 2023.
Let's see if she can make her first one.
Off the back of the iron. She'll get two more opportunities. She knows what's going on here.
Teammates are aware of it too.
Yep.
Yeah.
That might be her first varsity bucket, and judging by the smile on her face, that could be it.
Yeah, and the smiles on her teammates' face, everybody knows what's going on. Special moment there for Brianna Red.
2 or 3 from the line. So she's on the score sheet officially as a varsity Lady Knight. And she'll play the final 2 minutes and 15 seconds of this one. And Sterling out to a 21-point lead, and they are going to have back-to-back victories for the first time this season. Hinson misses that one. Maddie Klein with the rebound, has Kat Miller up ahead, but Klein is going to back it out.
Well, and they got off to Sterling got off to a slow start this season, but it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish, and they're really, trying to finish this season strong.
Again, they'll play Monday. We'll have that game for you here on Channel 19 as Pelkak is fouled. Foul.
21, second foul.
They get Maddie Ifey with her second. Klein trying to fight through a screen. And now she'll run the offense for Sterling. Under 2 minutes to play. Maddie Klein. Pull-up jumper's good. Maddie Klein.
Cool and collective to get that basket.
Yeah, and she put a, taller defender on her, gets enough arc on the floater to get that one up and over the defender and into the basket.
80 seconds remaining in this one. Sterling obviously going to win this one. It was an 11-6 Sterling lead after one, and they just exploded in that second quarter en route to a victory.
And that's Catherine Miller's first foul of the game. And
Ifey makes the first one.
Yeah, made the first one, of course.
She leads Collingswood in points per game with 8.
1 minute remaining here in this one. We will have post-game to follow. I'm sure we'll be talking to the seniors of this Lady Knight basketball team, as well as head coach Kate McDonald, about how one of the questions I'm probably going to ask Coach McDonald is, what do you tell a team in a back-to-back scenario? And, where you have that situation where, you've got 2 games in roughly 15 hours.
Yeah, well, not only back-to-back scenario, but, how's it feel to get back-to-back wins?
Catherine Miller gets a 3. Maddie Klein, sorry.
40 seconds left to play in this one. Sterling going to win this one going away. Again, post-game to follow shortly after the final buzzer in about 30 seconds, barring a whistle. Hinson, who's had a nice game, foul line jumper, no good. Ifey with the rebound and put back, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line. A couple baskets here from Maddie Klein off the bench.
You look at the arc that she put on that shot right there over the taller defender. Take a look here, has enough space. That's the floater again.
Ifey converts the free throw, the old-fashioned three-point attempt, and that's 9 points for Maddie Ifey. Good night, or afternoon rather, for her. In a losing effort this afternoon as Kat Miller just sends it over the head of Pelkak, and the Collingswood basketball, 13 seconds left in this one. Sterling going to notch their 3rd win of the season, move to 3-7 overall. An impressive effort this afternoon here on Senior Day. Sterling going to win this one by 21. 50-31 is your final score. We'll get off to a quick break, come back with post-game reaction from Coach McDonald and the rest of the seniors here on Senior Day from Sterling High School. We're back right after this.
The Colonial Conference has always prided itself on the tightly wound threads that extend through our communities that we represent.
For decades, these threads have created a bond,
unlike any other in high school athletics.
And it is during times of adversity and injustice,
such as what we currently face,
that our Colonial Conference commitment to doing what is right
and promoting the fundamental concepts of respect.
We call on all of those who represent
the Colonial Conference
to continue to strive for unity and equality.
Hey everyone, this is Chip Ray Tanner from Summerdale Baseball and Softball Organization. I'm here to talk about registration today. I know there's snow out on the ground, but before you know it, it's going to be spring and sunny. So if you get a chance, please go to our website at leaguelineup.com/SBSA, sign your daughters and sons up for softball, baseball, and t-ball. At this time, you do not have to pay registration. You just need to fill out the paperwork. We'll take care of registration at a later time. At the end of this month, we're going to do uniform fittings, so we need to get everybody registered ASAP. Come join us, have fun, and let's have a terrific spring season. Thank you.
Why are you such a loser? Why am I such a loser? No, I'm not a loser. I'm cool. Many people think I am too.
Okay, kiddies, let's film a commercial.
With the COVID pandemic still going on, limiting the attendance of the people in the bleachers we sit in, we need a way to help bring the sports to them. This is where we come in. Tech Crew is as important as ever, and these are the people taking on this important job. We do important stuff for live coverages, home and away, recordings for your family, and college scouting. Important stuff, isn't it? But we need people to help with this important stuff. Who might that person be? Why, to make it simple, you! If you're interested, find Mr. K in room 201 to join the Tech Crew today.
And welcome back to Channel 19. Here with me is one of the three seniors, Tatiana Johnson. As great win tonight. Obviously, but is it special because it's your senior night, one of the last games that you'll play here at the Castle?
I thought it was just a special day in general, just to be able to play on the court. And obviously, it's not like the last day, but it was still just. Every day, you never know when it's going to be your last, especially with COVID and everything. So it was nice to just be here and see all the decorations, and the environment was just great. And that's it.
And to play with both of your sisters on the floor at the same time, that's got to be really special. Can you go in depth on that?
We used to play a lot together in middle school, but once we came up here, it's hard to find some time all together. So it is really special to be able to play together, and the chemistry is really strong. So it's always a good time when we get to play together.
I mean, you played a great game tonight, really. Just as a team, it felt really like a good team basketball. You said last night that you were willing to be in not only the major scoring role, but also, sort of stepping back a bit and, passing the ball off a lot. We saw you do that tonight. Can you go, just really passing the ball great?
Yeah, if you saw, like, last game, I had a pretty, I scored a decent amount, and then today, it's, it wasn't really that many. Everyone always has their games and stuff, but you always got to do what you can to help the team to succeed. So when I'm down and Kayla's making, 1, 2, 3 shots, getting fouls, and, it's always uplifting, and it's always a great time. I love seeing, Jazz get a bunch of steals and be all over the floor, and it's just really good to be able to see everyone succeed and everyone score, and it was just such a special day. It was
that really
great.
shows your versatility. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Right now we're just gonna try and get the other two seniors, Nia Holloway and Leilana Franklin, of course, and it's a really good game overall from what we've seen from the Sterling team going into now their official winning streak, winning against RV and Collingswood, as we're gonna get Leilani Franklin in this in a minute. But still a great job from Sterling overall, able to get another win in just the span of a few hours. And you're gonna get Leilana Franklin. We're gonna go back to Jacob Clark with Leilana Franklin.
And here with me is Leilani Franklin, and obviously it's got to be really special to win on your senior night and play on the floor with your sister at the same time. Can you go into depth on that?
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm so happy we won. It was a good win, deserved it. And with my sister, she's been working really hard, and I'm so proud of her. I'm so happy I got to play today with her. She had a whole bunch of and-ones, good passes, good buckets, period. So.
Yeah, and you did a really good job on the offensive end as well, getting a few mid-range baskets in, and the passing was really great from you as well. Can you go in depth on your offensive approach before a game?
I'm not really much of a scorer, so I tend to try to see the floor, see if I can get the ball into the bigs, because I know that's where we could really succeed, or dish in, dish out. I'm more of a passer type player.
So you like to, get your teammates more involved than yourself. Yeah. That's a good mentality, a pass-first mentality. And, being in the starting lineup for your senior night, what does that mean to you?
It meant a lot to me. Just knowing that I'd start one game as a senior, get to play with my sister and everything, and with our other seniors. Even Nia, she physically not cleared, but she still got to play. That was so special.
Going on to Mia Holloway, you've played with her and Tatiana Johnson for all 4 years, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So what was it like, even though she was injured, just you being her teammate and her friend, just seeing her get out on the floor one last time as a Sterling night?
Can you repeat that? Sorry, I couldn't hear.
Sorry. what's it mean, for Mia Holloway to get on the floor one last time as a Sterling Knight and be able to score, and for you as well?
I loved that. When I heard that we were doing that for Nia, I was so in awe of our team and our coach for giving Nia that opportunity, because it's hard for her as a senior. She comes to practice every day, works hard, does what she can, like the shooting drills. So I felt like it was a good, especially because Nia's such a great player and she got the season stripped of her because of her injury.
Thanks for joining us and congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Now with me, I'm joined by Nia Holloway.
Hi.
So, obviously the knee injury really kept you out of the soccer season and the basketball season, but here on your senior night, it was really special to watch you be able to get the first 2 points. Can you go a little in depth on that?
Wait, say the last part. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
You scored the first 2 points. Can you just go a little in depth on, how that experience?
It was a good experience. I'm happy I at least got to score the first 2 points, because I didn't get to play, but the whole season. But at least I get to play, shoot the first 2 points of the senior game.
And even though you can't play, how are you trying to be a leader, whether it be in the locker room or at practice or off the court?
I always cheer on my teammates, and on the bench I always tell them a different thing to do. Say if they got stuck somewhere, I'll be like, oh, you should do this or that. I always try to point them in the right direction.
And probably a really special moment having your parents in to watch you be able to just play one more time as a Sterling Knight. Can you talk about maybe what that means to them and to you?
It means a lot to them. I wish my sister was here, but it's fine. I'm happy that my parents got to see me score one the points, though.
All right, well, thank you for joining us, and congrats on the win.
Thank you.
We're currently waiting. We really saw, Sterling get out, winning by over 20, and they really didn't attack in the fast break as much as we thought that they would. That was one of the keys to the game, but in that fourth quarter, they really started attacking the basket, and that's why I think that the lead just grew as much as it did, and they got better looks. They got better offensive looks at the basket. We saw them do that a lot. That was the second key to the game. Getting baskets down at the rim. They really did that, and they did a good job of just, playing team basketball. It wasn't one person really taking over the game, and it was a really special moment for Nia Holloway as well. Scoring those 2 points. That knee injury has really kept her out all season. That's got to be really special. And now, coming to join me. Sure, yeah.
Thanks. Come here. Does she have to wear a mask? Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And now join with me is Coach McDonald, and coming over is freshman Mackenzie McDonald. And Coach, winning back-to-back games in less than a 24-hour span, obviously, it's not about how the season starts. It's about how you guys finish, and you guys are really looking to finish strong.
Yeah, going 2-7 to start the season was tough, and we just kept telling the girls that no matter what, you can't quit. You can't quit on each other. You can't quit on the team. You just have to keep working, and they never quit. And now we've won 2 games in a row. So, message received.
And we've really seen, a super balanced attack from this team. Not really one player just stepping out, but not really one player just standing out. It's been a really nice job of just balanced team basketball.
Yeah, it's on any given night, anybody can be our high scorer. And last night there was 2 people in double figures, and then 3 people within 2 or 3 points of double figures. So to have that balanced attack, makes us hard to beat.
And Raina Pelkak is really doing a nice job coming off the bench, sort of being like a 6th man for this team. We're taking a look at some of her highlights. and she's really done a nice job of just stepping up, coming off the bench. Can you go into depth of what that means for this team?
Yeah, again, I have very unselfish people, and as far as playing time and the role in the team, and Rena has come in as that sixth person, whether it's in a guard spot or a forward spot, and just brings life. She's a smart player. She plays good defense. She's tough, and to come in and just knock down a couple shots.
And Mackenzie, for you, we really see you try and finish at the basket a lot, and if not, you're really good at drawing fouls. Is that something that you look to do, or it just sort of happens naturally?
I mean, it's like a mixture of both. It happens naturally, but at the same time, I'll try to pump and go into her. It really just depends on the situation.
Having your mom as your coach, is that different than having just any other person as your coach?
It's very different, but I mean, she's been my coach for years at this point, so I mean, it's nothing new. I mean, obviously at this level, and this competition level, it's definitely a lot different, but I feel like it just gives us a better bond, just for her being my coach and my mom.
Great game, guys.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Congrats
Thank you
on
for
the win streak.
everything.
From Sterling getting their second win against Collingswood. And you can see right here our next TV game Monday, March 1st, girls basketball. Sterling takes on Haddon Township. 4 p.m. me and Jacob Clark will have the JV game, and of course 5:30 varsity will be playing. And that's going to do it for us. I want to thank Channel 19, Jacob Clark, Rob Strauss, Mr. K, and I'm John Holwood, and have a good night.